Hey guys, welcome to the mixing template tutorial for Ableton. So this is in addition to the other mixing template tutorial, and it's only for Ableton users. It just highlights a few little differences in the Ableton version compared to the other DAW versions. So I'm just going to hand this over to Greg and he's going to walk you through those differences.
Hey everyone, Greg Birkin here, and today I'm going to give you a quick run through on Peter James' new mix template for Ableton Live 10 Standard. We have two versions. We have the base version, which will use stock plugins, and then a pro version. For more information on those, you can go check out his tutorial videos, walkthroughs all on multitracks.com. They'll probably answer most of your questions on how to set up and use this template. There's a few specific Ableton things that I wanted to talk to you about today, though. The biggest one being the metering plugin. Before I get to that, I'll just show you the layout here. So we have everything color-coded in different categories. We have our drums all over here, for kick in and out, snare, top, bottom, bunch of toms, etc. If you need more than what's there, you can just go ahead and duplicate the channels. Same thing for everything else. Bass, we have, bass, synth bass. We have a bunch of guitars, keys, vocals, all grouped together to make it nice and clean for you. And you can use this either in session view or arrangement view, whatever you prefer. I really like session view, so that's probably what I'll show you today. But it's the same thing for either way. So when you are ready to drop in your song, just go ahead and find your files. And let's maybe grab a bass guitar here. We'll drop that in. Okay, and then I'll populate here. And you see at the bottom we have the bass channel strip, which will include a bunch of things. We have the gain, which is what I'm going to focus on today, the gain and the metering. Then you have some EQ, some overdrive, compression. For your meter, since Ableton Live doesn't have a really great plugin that'll give you the incoming signal, just the output here, I found this free plugin from Ulian. If you go to ulian.com, you can download the loudness meter, and there's a free version, of course. There is a pro version if you want, but I've just been using the free version. It works great. If you already have a metering plugin, then you can also just replace the Ulian one with your own. Just make sure it meters, we're looking at peak or true peak max in this case. And our target is going to be around -6. It's okay sometimes if it pops a little bit over, a little bit under, but our target is to be right around -6 as our average. So once you've dropped in your bass track, we can open up the plugin here. And what we're going to be looking for is the true peak max at the bottom here. There's a whole bunch of other information here, but for the most part, we're just looking at this true peak max. So let's go ahead and play our bass. So already we're peaking at -3, so it's getting pretty hot. So let's go ahead and just bring it down 2 decibels. You can just grab the knob here. I like to be a little more precise, so I'll just go -2, type that in, and we'll go ahead and press this red X here just to clear our meters, and we will continue. Yeah, it's pretty good. It does go a little bit over when it does those slide ups, but that's fine. -5.6, that's close enough to -6. And those other little bits, that extra little volume will get caught up in the compression anyway to even it out. So that's right on target there. That's good. Okay, let's have a look at a vocal. Maybe I'll switch to arrangement view and just show you that one here. So I can open up all my vocals and go ahead and find my male lead vocal in this track and drag it right down to the very beginning. There we go. And let's just put a loop, because there's a whole bunch of just instrumental at the beginning, so that's not going to help us at all. We can just drag that over here, have a listen. We need to click that. There we go. Now we're in arrangement mode. Let's hit solo, and
I will sing his love. And I will tell my troubles he has overcome. speak it in the dark.
So it's a bit low. We're about minus 8.4. So let's just bring that up 2 decibels, and that should get us right on target. And we will play that again.
And I will sing his goodness, I will sing his love, and I will tell my troubles he has overcome. Speak it in the...
Yeah, that's good. So as you see, I'm clearing it regularly just to kind of get a good average here. And we're hitting right around -6. So a little bit over, a little bit under, but on the average, we're right at -6. So that's perfect. So essentially, if you're using arrangement view, just go ahead and drop in all your tracks, and you'll do the same thing for every single channel. Or if you're using session view, same thing. You'll just go ahead and drop it in here for each one. And that's it. Once you have it all dialed in, your mix should sound nice and smooth, because we do have the basic things like leveling already done, as you see at the bottom here. So if you'll just basically using your gain knob for everything. And the reason why you want to use the gain is because that incoming signal is going to affect everything else in the chain, like your EQ, your compression, and all that stuff. So you want to be adjusting that and actually not adjusting your levels at the bottom much at all, because that's been set up intentionally to make your mix sound good. And that's it. If you have any other questions, go ahead and email support@multitracks.com. But before that, make sure you watch all of Pete's tutorials. I think Phil Blackburn, who helped create the original template for Pro Tools, has a lot of great information about EQ compression, setting up this template, all that. So watch their stuff, read their material, and enjoy.